Hello and welcome to another episode of ProtoBalls Talk. I'm ProtoMet.
This is my recycled balls.
And today we'll be taking a look at Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf.
Yeah, pretty much. That sums up this movie in a nutshell. It's not terrible. It's not good. It's not bad. But it's not enjoyable in the sense that...
I am honestly a bit surprised that until I rewatched it, that was the movie that I felt I had the fondest memories for.
No. Nope. It's a piece of shit. It's one of those movies that you'd be like, oh, well, it's a Friday night, and I have to stay home with the kids. Might as well throw this on. It's harmless.
And then you regret it for the rest of your days.
Something like that.
But not your nights. You don't regret it for your nights. You're sleeping those times.
Yes. What the fuck are you on?
Ambien. No.
Please, no. No. Yeah, Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, I believe, 1989. Has yada yada yada, the same characters. It has the same actress that voiced Elsa Frankentine, and an actually fun role.
For surprise.
It's like she's her role is honestly probably the best thing about this movie. BJ Ward's back.
We'll get to that, but
yeah. So
this was, of course, the third and final Scooby-Doo movie that was released as part of the Hanna-Barbera I can't even remember the Hanna-Barbera All-Star 10 series of movies, which I guess there were 10 movies, but only 3 of them had Scooby-Doo. And honestly, the Scooby-Doo ones are the only ones I am even aware of as having had a home release.
God. Do we really got to talk about this movie?
Yeah.
Like, as much as I'm dragging my feet, getting to the point here, like, I'm not saying it's an awful movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just like, it's one of those mediocre movies that is just not fun.
It's better than Goes Hollywood.
It's definitely better than Goes Hollywood. I think that's a given. But at least Goes Hollywood has the fucking cringe factor. This doesn't even have that. It's wacky races with Scooby-Doo and monsters.
Yeah, the movie starts by basically revealing that, hey, Shaggy's a funny car driver in a race. It's like, when did this happen? When did this happen?
It's also
he's got a girlfriend.
He's got a fucking girlfriend who's never referenced again, and is
ever,
and is, as far as I'm concerned, non-canon.
She only ever appears in this movie, and is never spoken of ever again.
Voiced by BJ Ward.
And she's
yeah.
actually an okay, funny character, but still, it's just so weird that she just exists solely for this movie. And yet, when the movie introduces her, they act as though she's a girl, but she's independent, or whatever the hell they say.
Yeah.
And the entire reason she exists is so that Shaggy has a girlfriend in this movie.
Not like he needs one.
Exactly.
She's totally independent, but totally in love with Shaggy.
Also, she only exists for the sake of Shaggy.
She's a fucking 60s feminist stereotype. I'm sorry. It's like not even a good stereotype. Because she's not even like all that independent. She's just like,
There is a scene a little later in the movie where she is basically trying to jump Shaggy's bones, and he is just simply trying to watch a movie.
Yep.
So,
like I said, she's not a good stereotype of like the 60s and 70s second wave feminism.
But she is still kind of a good aspect of this movie, all things considered.
She's one of the more likable things in the movie. Let's leave it at that.
So yeah, this opening scene introduces this character, establishes that Shaggy is a funny car racer because why? And then we cut to what was it, Transylvania or
They
something?
come to Transylvania, and Dracula's like...
Dracula's holding a meeting with a bunch of other monsters.
A completely different design Dracula than the one from Ghoul's School.
Yeah.
So we made the joke, no, it's Count Dracula's twin brother, Count Dracula. They're both counts. One's just suffering from a little gangrene. If you catch my... Because he's green. He's fucking green for some reason.
But anyway, Dracula, or at least this movie's version of Dracula, has called a meeting of the monsters because there is an upcoming...
And there's only like four... It's only like 4 or 5 of them, and like not all of them.
Yeah, there are more that show up later on in the movie, but like only... I want to say 5 or 6 actually show up to the meeting proper.
There's Frankenstein, there's the Mummy, there's
the 2 witches.
The 2 witches and Mr. Bojangles.
Bojangles. I'm pretty sure the swamp creature is there too.
And the swamp creature. That's 6.
And
honestly,
they're there to discuss the fact that there is going to be a race coming up to determine the monster of the year.
Why?
With some fabulous prizes. And why they don't go with some other method for determining the monster of the year?
It's just, it becomes plainly obvious why.
It's just so that this movie could be Wacky Racers, minus the license.
Well, I was gonna say that, but I was also gonna say it's because the monsters are, like, completely ineffective at doing fucking anything. They're not even that scary.
Yeah.
Like, they're all fucking morons. They're all dumb.
Unfortunately, they can't hold this race because the werewolf is on vacation.
No, he retired.
He retired. My bad. I thought he was on vacation.
Nope.
Doesn't matter because that's just basically a bullshit excuse for them needing to have a werewolf instead of, the other competitors is like, well, at least he's out of the race. Better chances for us. No, they're like, no, we need to have a werewolf in our race.
It's the only way to be fair. What?
And so, Dracula calls upon the help of his 2 underlings, the Hunch Bunch.
And, like, immediately, we're like, all the other monsters like,
oh no, not the Hunch Bunch!
Not the Hunch Bunch!
Meanwhile, here we're sitting, having already seen the movie, and it's like, wow, these guys are kind of pissing their pants over a bunch of ineffectual dummies.
Not just dummies, it's 2 hunchback midgets. I'm sorry if midget is a very offensive term. I'm sorry, dwarves.
Call them flea men, because that's basically what they are, minus the jumping.
Yeah, they're fucking flea men.
Flea men from Castlevania, minus the jumping. Why weren't the flea men in the Castlevania show?
Not really that iconic of a... Because they were a different monster in the Japanese version. It's just flea men is the thing in America for some reason.
Anyway,
so I know this because I've played both versions of Castlevania 3, and little side tangent, the Japanese version is way better. Better music, better weaponry, just better bosses.
But yeah, so we got a pair of hunchback henchmen.
Crunch and Bunch. And only one of them can speak a lick of English. Proper. Snotty English.
Snooty-ish. Proper. I know that it's intended as the kind of reverse of the expectations of a hunchback, but that gets immediately undercut when the only other hunchback in the movie is the stereotype. It's like, then why even bother having a hunchback that isn't a stereotype?
Yeah, there is another hunchback, isn't there?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah, so one can only speak English, and the other one is a fucking mumble mouth. He's Mushmouth. He's Mushmouth from Fat Albert, and I hate to bring a reference a show made by Bill Cosby, but he's fucking Mushmouth.
Also, I just remembered that there was this, like, wolf creature in the movie that was also working for Dracula, who's already shown up by this point, and I immediately wondered, why don't they just get him to race? He's a werewolf.
Yeah, except he's not, because as I said, he's not a werewolf. He's a man wolf. Yeah. and you like that. So anyway, they decide to go for Shaggy, and Shaggy specifically. Why?
Because of bullshit reason that explains it.
Because he's the best racer out there. And you think that's...
Also, apparently some book preordained that he was a candidate for becoming a werewolf under specific circumstances. And so Dracula gives the Hunchbunt 3 nights to turn Shaggy into a werewolf.
Shaggy!
Into a werewolf.
Into a werewolf! And fucking complete with stereotypical accent. Just... Oh, God.
I mean, they're gonna go with the stereotypical monsters anyway.
Oh, yes, but, you're not even putting any respect into...
The history of the character.
History of the character.
I mean, where's the mustache? Come on.
I mean, you're just where's the blue eyes?
Yeah.
Where's the shape-shifting into, mist?
Yeah.
Damn. Such disrespect. No, it's just, such disrespect.
Actually, they had an opportunity to be able to do that, and they decided to fuck it up. But we'll get to that soon enough.
Yeah, okay.
So then...
That is true.
So then the Hunch Bunch end up going to wherever it is Shaggy and the others are, and their first attempt on their first night is to cut a hole into the roof of Shaggy and Scooby's house so that the moonlight will be cast down onto Shaggy. And this ends up failing as a result of Scooby catching on and freaking out. And instead of trying again later that same night, the Hunch Bunch just decide, okay, we're going to try again tomorrow night.
They're dumb.
They're dumb. And they're playing. It's dumb. The Shaggy and Scooby are actually watching a horror movie at this point in the movie. And that's actually an okay thing that, they're not being that freaked out about the movie because they recognize that it's a work of fiction.
Which is a solid, character trait. They recognize what's fake and what's not, but apparently they can't, really, because they're dumb. I don't have a lot of respect for this movie. For how this movie...
The point is, if they see a monster on film, they can definitely tell, okay, not real. Monster in real life, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Something
Except for, as we'll get into soon. So the Hunch Bunch fail and give up for the night, and at one point, Dracula shows up, having come apparently by his myth powers, except no, it's a hologram projection for some reason.
Somehow.
Also, he doesn't have his pants because jokes.
I just
why couldn't Dracula have just, kind of teleported there? Why did it have to be a holographic projection that also did not include his pants? It would have been funnier if he teleported there to get a status update. It's see? And then he wasn't without his pants. It's oh. Ooh. Anyway, go on. That would have been funnier. But no, it's a hologram.
Now, this is a low-budget comedy. We gotta leave it alone. Let's just move it along. Second attempt, they're at a grocery store, and...
Scooby and Shaggy are doing some grocery shopping, and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. The Crunch Bunch's plan... the Hunch Bunch's plan fails again.
Yeah.
Again.
Wacky antics.
Oh, wow. Looks like we're
Shaggy ends up crashing into a truck full of watermelons.
Well, looks like we'll just have to try again, old boy.
Again, why did they not try again later that same night?
Actually, it's not...
Huh?
I was gonna say, it's not even an English accent. It's more like a...
Tally-ho, boy. A posh accent.
It's more like a posh New England accent, if anything else.
Yeah.
It's not very English. It's more just
English.
I'm very upper class.
Yes, boy. Yeah.
I'm old rich, not nouveau rich. Or nouveau riche.
So anyway,
like that,
they fail
like
on the
that
second
Jeff
night.
Bezos person, thinking he can start a business from nothing and becoming a multi-billionaire. I scoff at the idea.
I thought he was a trillionaire at this point.
Whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck Jeff Bezos is, he shouldn't have that much fucking money. No human should. Except maybe Bill Gates. Because Bill Gates is basically God. Without him, we don't have, like, all this. Sorry, guys, but, like, it's fact.
We gotta shut it down. Bill Gates no longer exists, apparently.
Bill Gates is Bill Gates apparently is getting canceled.
When isn't he getting canceled?
People fucking okay, off topic, but people fucking hate Bill Gates for the dumbest shit. Okay? Yes, he's a billionaire, but he fucking earned it. He's a fucking Harvard dropout who basically built computer code from nothing. Worked with IBM for a while, stole their stuff, went to Apple, stole basically their fucking ideas and made it his own. I mean, yes, let's not get it wrong. He fucking stole ideas. But then he made arguably the most successful computer brand of all time in Windows. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, you gotta be a fucking genius to figure that shit out.
Anyway, getting back to the third night, when Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy, we kind of forgot to mention him, which is fine because he's...
Fuck Scrappy. Scrappy's, like, literally non-existent in this show.
Yeah,
in this movie, this telemovie.
And of course, Shaggy's girlfriend, Googie.
Googie. What kind of fucking name is that?
Anyway, they're at the drive-in enjoying a movie. Shaggy's eating popcorn, ends up getting the hiccups. The Hunch Bunch end up actually kind of succeeding in getting Shaggy to get turned into a werewolf.
Kind of, sort of, not really.
Except that whenever he hiccups, he turns back, so he's basically launched from Dragon Ball. Just with hiccups instead of sneezes. You forgot Launch existed, didn't you?
I knew Launch existed.
I was actually talking to Akira Toriyama with that statement.
Oh. I don't... Yeah, he probably did, because it probably was... Because she was an inconsequential character to begin with. I mean, yes, she was basically Master Roshi's girlfriend, but...
Until she was Tien's girlfriend.
Until she was Tien's girlfriend.
And then Akira Toriyama forgot that she even existed, even though she was in the last storyline that he had been writing at the time. But no, we gotta pay attention to the aliens. Anyway. So yeah, Shaggy is constantly
Dude,
changing...
fucking Dragon Ball is complicated enough. We don't need a fucking... Like, this isn't... I'm... Another side tangent here. I know we're going off a lot of them. But I'm personally fine with Launch just sort of disappearing into the ether. Because she's basically like the last... She's like the last Dr. Slump inspired character.
Yeah.
In a way. Because... if that makes sense. Dr. Slump was a very kid-friendly show.
He's got air quotes. He's pulled out the air quotes. Everybody duck and cover. Get your safety hats on.
Yeah. It's a very kid-friendly show for the time. And Dragon Ball was basically Dr. Slump, but, like, Journey to the West.
Yeah.
And Akira...
And then he decided to add in a fighting tournament and a bald kid.
A reincarnation of the Buddha, let's be honest.
No, he's like a Shaolin monk type character.
Yeah, but he was meant to be a reincarnation of the Buddha.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. Dude, fucking everybody shits on Krillin, but Krillin's great. He literally is the reincarnation of the Buddha.
I don't shit on Krillin. I'll shit on Yamcha all I want.
Krillin's such a nice guy. Everybody fucking gives him a hard time.
Krillin's awesome.
Krillin's like the best character in the show. Don't at me. People can love Vegeta. People can love Goku or Gohan or Goten or fucking Trunks even.
Why would anybody care about Goten? He stopped being relevant after Goku came back to life.
Right. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Hell, you could even like Piccolo, and I like Piccolo too, but Piccolo didn't have much of a character after... let's say he didn't have much of a character after the, let's say, Android Saga. about that much, other than like the few segments where he's like, Goku, you're a fucking terrible father in the Cell Saga. But after the Android Saga, Piccolo just goes to irrelevance.
Anyway, getting back to the topic at hand.
But I was gonna say, yeah, Launch. I'm totally fine with Launch being gone. I'm totally fine with her disappearing into the ether as the last holdout of the Dr. Slump inspired Dragon Balls. So anyway, people start getting fucking like
scared of Shaggy, who's constantly switching back between werewolf and monster, and Googie was completely oblivious to it when he went to go get more popcorn.
Because she's a fucking idiot.
And then Scooby's like, "Hey, Shaggy, you're turning into a werewolf."
Oh shit!
Shit, we gotta get out of here. Except that he had a lot more R's when he was saying all that stuff. Because, he's Scooby.
Yeah.
So they get back to the car with Scrappy, who's there. And Googie finally notices that Shaggy's a werewolf. She doesn't realize it's Shaggy at first until he's like, "I am Shaggy!" And then they get kidnapped by the Hunch Bunch after being knocked out with sleeping gas. And we're now a third of the way into the movie.
Let's just get the elephant out of the room. Third of the movie is
just setting up the reluctant werewolf premise.
I was gonna say a third of the movie is just Scooby and Shaggy getting into hijinks. Another third of the movie is basically everybody else reacting to the shit that Scooby and Shaggy are getting into. And then an entire third of the movie does not involve Scooby or Shaggy or any of the major characters in any fucking way.
Pretty much. So anyway,
minor spoiler alert, the peasants basically are our reaction to this film.
Yay.
So
anyway,
that'll have no context until later.
They go back to Transylvania and wake Shaggy and the others up, and Shaggy and the others just they seem a bit shocked at the monsters that appear around them at first, but then they're like, "Wait a minute, we're just all having the same dream.
Let's go back to sleep."
And it's not a dream.
And it's not a dream.
And then they realize it's not a dream.
And it's here that we realize, no wonder why they're having a fucking race. They can't fucking do jack shit, because they're all literally the Three Stooges. All 6 versions of the Three Stooges. Larry, Moe, Curly Joe, Shemp, the other one. The other
3 actors that played them in that one docu-movie.
The 3 actors that played them in the docu-movie. The 3 actors that played them in the comedy from like 2009 or so. And the fucking one that's never talked about. Ever. Can't remember their fucking name.
I don't know.
Hold on. You keep going.
But yeah, so we're shown just how not scary these monsters are, because Scooby and Shaggy, who are notoriously famous for running from anything even remotely scary, are completely unaffected by them. Now granted, they do think that they're just having a dream, but you'd kind of assume that they would assume they were having a nightmare or something. And that just really goes to show how ineffectual the assembled monsters are. We're also briefly introduced to some of the other monsters, including a dragonfly monster, which is a combination of a dragon and a fly. Get it? And the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, I suppose the Bride of Frankenstein, technically. But she was a character already shown at the party. There was a party. Things happened.
No, we're still at the part where
right,
where they just woke up.
Right. I'm sorry. There was a party.
There is a party that is going to come up.
And stuff happened. Not really important.
Basically, at the end of the scene, Shaggy and the others realize they're not having a dream. Shaggy really is a werewolf. Holy shit! It's Dracula. How's your brother, Dracula? Is he doing okay? How's his daughter?
Good. Good to hear. So anyway, Dracula revealed, "Shaggy, I want you to participate in this race. You will be cursed to be a werewolf unless you win. But there's no way I'm actually going to let you in." It's like, well, let's see about that. See ya. Yeah.
Eventually, stuff happens. Shaggy and the others wind up in a chamber with a spike wall coming towards them.
I have all 6 members plus bonuses here. Mo Howard, Shemp Howard, Larry Fine, Curly Howard, Joe Besser, and Curly Joe Dorita. Then there's also the host, Ted Healy. So yeah. There's all members of the Three Stooges.
So ultimately, Shaggy does agree to participate in the race on the condition that if he wins, he can go back to being a normal human. Dracula, of course, crosses his fangs when making this promise, and when I was a kid, I assumed that Dracula crossing his fangs was actually what pushed the spike wall back, because that kind of is how it looks like when it's cut together in the movie.
It's cut together very poorly.
It looks weird, and it convinced me that...
It's basically he's crossing his fingers.
Basically, yeah.
Leave it at that.
Now, Dracula does invite Shaggy and the others to the monster party, but they're like, no, we're gonna go take a rest for tonight.
Dude, we literally traveled like 30,000 miles to get here.
Yeah, we're just gonna go
from
rest.
Coolsville, USA to fucking Transylvania, Wallachia, Bulgaria, something like that.
Wherever this is supposed to take place. And then when they're finally left alone in the room, they plot their escape. Doesn't really work out, and they end up attending the party anyway.
Give me 2 seconds here. You keep going. Party stuff happened.
Dinner is...
Yeah.
Supper is ready. We're going to take a short break. Hit that.
Okay, yes. Transylvania, Wallachia, Romania. That's where it is.
So, they do finally attend the party, kind of unwittingly, but we're pausing it right here.
No, keep going. Keep going. They do attend the party. A bunch of shit happens.
There's there's basically the same food-related jokes that were present in the previous
Oh, it's so
movie.
fucking dumb. They're basically, it's an entire retread of the party from Ghoul School.
Minus the charm.
What?
Also adding in a dance number, just randomly. Monsters get a dance number.
Why? No fucking reason. No reason at all.
We'll be back. We're back, yep.
So anyways, after all of that...
Then Shaggy and the others decide to take a test drive across the course. And over the course of the course, Dracula and the Hunch Bunch keep trying to off Shaggy for some
reason!
It's like the entire...
Why do you fucking want him here in the first place?
If you're going to just try and kill him, or whatever.
I don't know.
Why?
Like, I could understand maybe attempting to incapacitate him so he can't win the race, as happens later on. But like, what the fuck? You're dumb. Your plan's dumb.
And then after they get done,
you dumbed yourself.
And then after they get done with the course, Dracula just decides to use a different course altogether.
Dracula.
And then has the Hunch Bunch mess with the car that Shaggy's going to be using in the race.
Dracula, you big dumb piece of shit. You dumbed yourself. You dumbed yourself. You brought Shaggy over. You brought Shaggy here to please everybody else. And what'd you do? You dumbed yourself. You fucking dumbed yourself. God.
And so that night, while Shaggy...
His plan is so unbelievably stupid. Oh, I want a werewolf. I'm gonna get this guy, turn this guy
We need a werewolf for no specific reason.
We're gonna turn this guy into a werewolf, and then we're gonna kill him! And then profit.
Forgot the question mark.
Yeah. Profit?
No, it's step 1. Turn a guy into a werewolf. Step 2, kill him. Step 3, step 4, profit. Wait, what happens in step 3? Step 4 is profit.
Either way, we make a lot of money.
So anyway, Shaggy goes to bed, but is woken up repeatedly over the course of the night as a result of Dracula trying to mess with him and make him all tired for the race.
Because Dracula's a fucking dick.
Well, at the same time, Dracula's also having the Hunch Bunch mess with the car that Shaggy's set to drive. Which,
no reason, just why not?
Which is important for all of 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's literally forgotten as soon as the race starts. Which, speaking of, we get the best character in the entire fucking show.
Hanna-Barbera, who had popped up a few times here and there over the course of the movie up to this point. I feel I should remind you, we're 2/3 of the way into the movie at this point.
Not even 2/3. We're like, we're almost we're 2/3 of 2/3 of the way.
We are. This movie drags on.
Quite a bit.
And Shaggy is, of course, tired, but then he gets a kiss from Googie, and now he's all amped up and ready to go.
Thanks, Googie. You're such an independent woman.
So then
the awkward silence.
So then the race actually starts, and you know what? It's not bad. We actually get some fun, wacky race-style antics from the various monsters.
If it was just monsters doing if it was wacky racers but monsters, that would be fun. It'd be interesting. At least I don't fucking know. At least it'd highlight the creative monsters more. You've even got fucking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Not that he called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but it's fucking Dr.
And they just first show up as the race is starting.
Yeah.
They hadn't previously shown up at all.
Dude, you know what would have been so cool if they had an Invisible Man? If they did a fucking Invisible Man mobile.
How do you know they didn't?
The Invisimobile.
But yeah, various really wacky racers-style antics between the monsters
That's who really won the race, the Invisimobile and the Invisible Man. Not Shaggy. Anyways.
Wacky racer-style antics. Most of it is commentated over by Hanna-Barbera,
who, again, is the best part of this fucking movie.
I do like how sometimes jokes other characters make just fall flat most of the time. I got another text. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to worry about it.
Oh.
Is it the results of that thing I sent you?
Yes.
I see. Okay, good.
The answer was 5.
Damn, I knew it. Anyways.
And then during the entire thing, Dracula and the Hunch Bunch are trying to impede Shaggy's progress, and
who is out to a very stark lead.
And the funniest thing is that it isn't until fairly late in the race that Shaggy and Scooby realize that cheating's totally allowed.
Yep.
Up to that point in the movie, they'd been racing fairly. And then suddenly one of the other monsters does something that Shaggy and Scooby considers cheating, and they're like, "Oh, there's no cheating in this race. Anything goes."
Cheating? What's cheating?
And that's when Shaggy and Scooby are like,
"Okay, fuck it.
Gloves are off now.
Gloves are off, bitch. Let's go. Throw down the gauntlet."
And during this entire time, Dracula and the Hunch Bunch are trying to incapacitate Shaggy and Scooby.
You can tell why they're fucking doing a race. Because the Hunch Bunch and Dracula are fucking worthless. And the peasants are the fucking
The audience is just a bunch of peasants that Dracula has clearly captured just to be an audience.
I don't think.
And they are the most enthusiastic part of this entire movie. Yay!
Except for the few parts where they're like, "Yay!" Except only when harm comes to Dracula.
But most of the time they're just, yay.
Or that time when they get struck by lightning. And they're just like, yeah! We're all hyped up on fucking energy, yo.
Woo!
It's like
wacky antics.
It's like we just had a crack binge at 3 in the morning.
Scrappy and Googie are occasionally
Literally,
popping up to...
Scrappy and Googie are literally non-existent in this portion, especially Scrappy.
Except when they need to show up to help out or warn Shaggy and Scooby of something that's upcoming.
Especially. As fucking... Like, Scrappy is missing, especially in this part, and he is not fucking missed. One bit. I keep saying I'm fine with Scrappy, but he did not need... He would have made this movie a lot worse if he was...
More scrappy than he is.
Yes.
He's very non-scrappy in this movie.
He shuts the fuck up real quick and doesn't fight anything. Anyways, so yeah, more wacky antics, more racing.
Race is coming to a close. Dracula decides to pull out his ace in the hole. Genghis Khan, a giant Genghis Khan-based King Kong ripoff.
That's racist.
Probably. But the pun is there.
The disrespect of Genghis Khan, who's now getting canceled.
I was just gonna say.
Yes. Okay. Did you hear? Okay. So apparently, Genghis Khan, a man who has been dead for 800 years, who, if you're keeping scoreboard, raped millions of women, not hundreds of thousands, millions of women in his lifetime, conquered much of the known world. He conquered from northern China and Siberia to fucking like the gates of like Eastern Roman Empire.
And he's only now getting canceled.
Not only that, murdered millions of people, and is considered one of the greatest generals of all time, whether you like him or you don't. Like that kind of argument that you can't praise him being a smart general, otherwise you're saying you support him. And it's like, no, I don't support General E. Lee siding with the Confederacy, even though I totally understand why he did it. Because he was...
But yeah, we got a Genghis Khan-inspired King Kong.
And the man is getting canceled after 800 years. I'm fucking sorry.
Well, to be fair, to be fair, they didn't have Twitter back then.
Hermann Göring is one of the greatest generals of all time, and he's still a fucking Nazi, okay? That's not saying I support him, that's just recognizing, dude was a fucking tactical genius, even if he's a fucking batshit horrible human being. Okay?
So yeah, getting back to the Genghis Khan-inspired King Kong knockoff.
I don't know, I'm sorry I went on that tangent there.
They put him on roller skates and use him to bowl over all the other racers, and then Shaggy and the others cross the finish line.
Genghis Khan wins. Fuck Shaggy. Genghis Khan wins.
So Genghis Khan didn't cross the finish line.
Fuck him.
So of course Dracula reneges on his deal and is like, yeah, no, fuck you. You're gonna stay a werewolf forever. I don't care if you want. I didn't.
Fuck you.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you, you fucking...
Fuck you, Shaggy!
Fuck you, you bloody bastard! You fucking fuck! Okay, have a nice day.
And then Hanna-Barbera shows up and is like, what are you talking about? There is a spell to cure Shaggy. Bitch!
Shut the fuck up.
Bitch! STFU! Tits or GTFO!
Basically, yeah. Tits or GTFO, Vanna. Okay, I don't think we mentioned it, but Hanna-Barbera is obviously a take on Vanna White.
Obviously.
Like, and it's also voiced by Elsa Frankenstein's voice actress, which shows a very good range, I guess. I don't know how to put it that.
So ultimately, Shaggy and his group managed to get their hands on the spell book that has the spell to change Shaggy back.
He cures his vampirism. He fucking goes home. Basically tells Dracula, fuck off.
They get home. They use the spell to cure Shaggy, but Dracula and the Hunch Bunch somehow followed them back in what seemed like a sequel bait ending. Except no.
Nope.
No one ever references this movie ever again. Ever.
Thank fucking God.
Not even us retroactively. What were we talking about?
I can't remember. What is this Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant... Oh, God, no.
The memories!
Ah! Delete! Yeah, so... That's the movie in a nutshell. Fuck this movie. It's one of the shortest reviews. Obviously one of the shortest reviews we've ever done, even with all the side tangents. But fuck this. Just fuck this movie. It's better than Goes Hollywood, but...
I will admit that the actual racing portion of the movie is actually pretty damn fun.
If you just had the racing, it'd be fine. Fuck everything else.
The problem was that this movie was basically... probably written with the intention of being a Halloween-themed Wacky Races movie, and then Hanna-Barbera remembered that they didn't have the license to Wacky Racers, and so they had to slot in Scooby and Shaggy. And
they did. Who did Wacky Racers?
Hanna-Barbera did, but it was a joint project with another group.
I see. And they couldn't have just like. Dude,
I don't know the legal issues. I just know that that's the reason why.
I'm just shocked here because, like, dude, Hanna-Barbera, you're owned by Time Warner. You could fucking just buy it. You could buy the license for it.
I do know that some of the characters from Wacky Racers have shown up in the recent Scoob movie, so maybe some of that has cleared or whatever. But
I don't know. So.
But yeah, that's my line of thinking as to why this clearly Wacky Races inspired movie doesn't have the Wacky Racers license.
God, this movie is bad.
Yeah.
Like, not even, like, enjoyable bad. Just...
First, 1/3 of the movie is dedicated to just getting to the reluctant werewolf part. Another third is dedicated to just a bunch of other shit that's going on. And then the final, actually enjoyable final third of the movie is dedicated to the actual racing antics.
It's dumb. Dumb. But better than Goes Hollywood. So out of all the movies, it's Ghoul School, Boo Brothers, not Goes Hollywood, Reluctant Werewolf, and then right at the bottom is Goes Hollywood for now. Fuck this movie.
3 out of 10.
Really? 3 out of 10? I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It's mediocre as shit. I mean, like I said, I gave Ghost Hollywood a 5 out of 10. Are you saying Ghost Hollywood might be better just based off the cringe factor?
Maybe.
Oh, God. That fucking Ghost Hollywood... God, what a killer's row there. Just like Ghost Hollywood. If I was forced to have to choose between Ghost Hollywood and Reluctant Werewolf, I'd choose Reluctant Werewolf, but I'd scoop my eyeballs out afterwards.
But there is one good thing about this movie.
It's the fucking... It's the last movie before we get to the good Scooby-Doo movies.
I was going to say, it's the last time Scrappy-Doo is actually
that's true,
a legitimate character in the series.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah, he does appear in the live-action movie, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, this is the end of Scrappy, basically.
This is the...
I'm fucking pissed we never got a Scooby-Dum movie. That pisses me off.
You know, they did make a Funko Pop based on...
I don't care if they made
a...
I don't care if they made a...
You know who didn't get a Funko Pop?
Scrappy.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. I don't care. I'm just saying, I don't care if Scrappy Dumb got a... I don't care if Scooby-Dum...
Scooby-Dum.
Scrappy Dumb. Yeah. That's an...
Scrappy is dumb.
Scrappy is dumb. I don't care if...
Scooby-Dum.
I don't care if Scooby-Dum got a fucking Funko Pop. I wish he had a movie.
You know the weird thing? Scooby-Dum only ever appeared in 4 episodes.
He only appeared in 4 episodes, but he was in the fucking opening.
I know, right?
So what the fuck? Come on, Hanna-Barbera. Dude, just give us more Scooby-Dum. He was such a good character. I don't care if you fucking lump him in with Scrappy-Doo. Fuck, even do a trio. Do Scooby-Doo, Scrappy, and Scooby-Dum. And it'd at least probably be...
But unfortunately, if they did that, they'd have to admit that Scooby's other brother exists.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his name.
Scoobert Doobert.
He was in Scooby and Scrappy-Doo Puppy Hour. Oh, shit. Yabba-Doo!
Please.
I'm fucking serious. That was his name.
No!
He was a sheriff dog.
No!
I've seen him with my own eyes.
Why?
I don't know.
That's fucking terrible. That's fucking awful and garbage, and I fucking hate Hanna-Barbera now. I don't hate Hanna-Barbera, but god damn it, Hanna-Barbera.
I don't hate Hanna-Barbera, but I hate Hanna-Barbera.
No, that's a legitimate viewpoint to have. I love Hanna-Barbera. They are a significant part of my childhood, but fuck Hanna-Barbera sometimes. They fucking annoy me to shit. They get rid of good characters, and they cram a bunch of... They do the same thing over and over again, and hoping it continues to work. It's like the Metal Gear Solid series now. They hope
minus Kojima.
Minus Kojima. It's now Metal Gear Solid after Kojima. It's basically...
AK.
It's basically, let's make a bunch of pachinko machines because we don't fucking have anything else. Fuck Konami. Konami honestly might be the worst.
The best thing Konami has done recently was those Castlevania cartoons.
Yes. Even then, it wasn't even them that did
Technically.
it. They just licensed it out. No, Konami is by far number one on the worst video game companies in the 21st century. Followed very closely by EA and Bethesda. Fuck those guys. They have... Alright. Maybe even Lionhead. Even then, that's a Paul Molyneux problem. Like, I don't know, overhyping his games and not really delivering. Like they're all good. Most of the Lionhead games are good.
I mean, I'm sure that when Peter Molyneux is hyping up his games, he believes the hype.
Peter Molyneux, not Paul Molyneux.
Peter Molyneux.
Yeah.
I'm sure when he hypes up his own games, he actually believes the hype and believes that they can actually do it, and they just.
And you know what? I'm fine with that. I don't mind Peter Molyneux. He's fine. He's a good person. He's not like a fucking, what's the guy from Gearbox? Gearbox Software. I can't think of his name now. The owner, basically the CEO of Gearbox, who fucking just does a bunch of dumb, cringe shit for no reason. I'll look it up. But yeah, Peter Molyneux I'm fine with. Bethesda can suck a bunch of fucking dense dicks.
So is Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. Before we end, do you want to give any recommendations?
Spice and Wolf, watch it. Very good. Come for the Fox waifu. Stay for the economic politics.
Fair point.
Randy Pitchford, that's his name. But no, Spice and Wolf is very good. It's a good show about a traveling merchant who travels with a
fox god,
basically a fox goddess, and it involves a lot of political and economic intrigue.
Also, there's nudity.
There is a bit of nudity, but that's kind of hand-waved in the anime. The manga definitely has more nudity, and it's not like played for sexual laughs. It's like it's not played for sexual innuendo.
I just know that it is a series with nudity in it that is mostly about economics.
Yes, like the nudity is literally like maybe,
just there to draw you in.
Just there to draw you in, and then it's the economics that actually pulls you in. That sounds.
Come for the titties, stay for the economics.
Basically, just like Resident Evil. Come for the zombies, stay for the Barry Burton.
Don't kid yourself. You came for the Barry Burton.
I came for the Barry Burton. There must be a back door somewhere. Oh my God! It's Forrest. Oh my God! I'm gonna find out what killed him. It looks like he was pecked to death by crows or something.
You were almost a Jill sandwich. I
love Barry Burton. Barry Burton is the best part of Resident Evil ever.
And during this entire segment, I just have a picture of Barry Burton up.
Yeah, just Barry Burton. Just all Barry Burton. God bless Barry Burton. Any recommendations you have?
I'm actually going to recommend Laugh Olympics, which is Hanna-Barbera's take on the Olympics. It's basically just a bunch of Hanna-Barbera characters grouped into three teams and competing in wacky Olympics. You've got the Scooby-Doobies, which are, of course, Scooby-Doo and a bunch of other characters, including Blue Falcon and Captain Caveman. You've got the Yogi-Yahooies, who are Yogi Bear and a bunch of other animal characters.
Right.
And then you have the Really Rottens, which is predominantly made up of characters based on villain characters from the Hanna-Barbera series, and led by a character named Mumbly, who is a weird, evil version of an existing character named Mumbly, who is a detective, who is himself based on Muttley from Wacky Racers.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, I thought...
So basically the version...
I instantly thought, because this was the 80s, I thought immediately you were going to say... And then
70s, actually.
The 70s. Okay, that makes my point even more, so... Thought you were going to say, oh, well, the villain team is based off the Russians.
No,
I thought you were going
to
go...
It's just based off a bunch of other villains from the Hanna-Barbera catalog.
No, they're based off the Russians, because,
fuck
Russia.
And led by Hanna-Barbera's knockoff of Muttley.
God, Jesus Christ.
So they basically just put Muttley in, but...
Hanna-Barbera is such a fucking weird company.
It is a pretty humorous show, and it's a nice non-canon meeting of the minds, and it's just all wackiness.
William Hanna and Joseph Barbera are really fucking weird people, honestly. Just the shit they come up with.
Thank you so much. You do.
Yeah. Dude, I remember the day when I believe it was Joseph Barbera. Whoever passed away in 2001. I remember the day he passed away. And Cartoon Network was like, yeah, no, this is really, really sad news. So anyway, here's some cartoons for you. I don't know. That's just... I'm sure that's how he would have wanted to go out. When I die, shoot them cartoons.
Just briefly mention me, but then go to cartoons.
Go to cartoons. Like the cartoon... yeah, I don't know. God bless him, but God, I hate them. I love Hanna-Barbera, but fuck Hanna-Barbera sometimes. Have I said that enough on this podcast?
No, keep saying it.
I don't know. NXT's tonight. I really need to get that going.
I've got other stuff I gotta take care of, so...
I'm gonna fucking live stream while I'm watching
go.
NXT. Doing some doom and gloom.
This will probably go up maybe tomorrow morning or something.
Yeah, I'll be streaming by then. And I luckily now have a Facebook account for my streaming, and I also figured out a way to stream live on YouTube. So we'll see how that goes. And if anything else, if you want to support me, come follow me on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, or don't. I don't care. Do whatever. It's fine. I really don't. I'm not bothered either way. Cheap advertisement plug.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, I didn't say anything.
That must have been ringing in my ear.
The past minute was just silence. We weren't even talking the last minute.
Awkward.
Yeah, I know. It was really weird silence. Anyway, I think that's gonna probably... What are we doing next time? We haven't even decided what we're doing next time.
I'm hoping that next time we actually have some time to actually watch it. And I'm hoping that next time we'll be covering the last of the Indiana Jones movies.
Oh, that's right. Oh, God. I wiped that from my memory. Yeah.
Of course, that's if we actually get enough time to both watch it and record a podcast. Otherwise, we're probably going to... The next podcast is probably going to be out on the 15th of September.
Right.
When we're going to be starting our 2 months of Halloween with the first of the Universal Poe movies.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, so... we might. So yeah, we're either doing the Black Cat, I believe. Yes? No?
I think that's the first one.
Okay, we're either doing the Black Cat, or we're doing Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So until next time, I'm ProtoMet.
This is my recycled balls. And,
See ya.
And thank fucking God we're done with this movie.
Bye.
Bye.